Alright, hello everyone, my name is Veritas and welcome back to Let's Play Destiny. This is a post-recording commentary because the way that these series of videos ended up playing out, I figured this would be the best way to do this. So this is the Nightfalls strike. At the very end, after the rewards pop for this character, I will show you the rewards for the other characters. The Nightfall this week wasn't too bad. It could have been better. Definitely could have been better. I did get better stuff from the hard mode raid last night after this, but it's fine. It's fine. So basically, I don't really like doing post commentaries anymore because it seems like it's non-reactive and it's just kind of shallow. But we'll have a little. Let's tell a story. Let's discuss the Taken King. Let's discuss this strike. So this strike is the Bomb Brothers, the Shield Brothers, the two Taken, or the two Valuses that are kind of pissed off that we killed their Primus. And so the goal here is to go into the ship and blow up a tank, and then go back and kill the Bond Brothers before they blow up the core in the narthex. Well, I have my main issue with this strike is that it's kind of confusing. It doesn't really make sense to me that you go all the way into the ship to fight the tank, and then leave that area, go back through an area you've already been in, and head upstairs. Now, it's not like it's the end of the world that you have to go back through a small room, but it just seems kind of silly to me to even backtrack at all. I've never been a fan of the backtracking, and Destiny has a lot of it, and I know a lot of the times, even in House of Wolves, most of the story missions, we're just going backwards through missions. I understand that, but at the same time, I didn't really appreciate how this strike had even that little bit of backtracking. I do want to admit, though, that the No Time to Explain is a little silly when it comes to enemies like this, like the tank, one of the bosses at the end of this strike, and some of the bosses in strikes in general are very easy to kill with the No Time to Explain. And that's just because your magazine is completely refilled for precision hits, so you really never run out of ammo, and I don't think it draws from your reserves at all. No, it doesn't look like it. So it just kind of pulls bullets out of space, which is kind of cool. It reminds me of like the Bad Juju, except it's better, in my opinion. I like the No Time to Explain a lot. It's actually the gun I use in raids up till the Daughter's checkpoint. I use the No Time to Explain for pretty much everything, the totems, the War Priest, and Golgoroth, and then when we get to Daughters, you always use Dr. Malice. So my No Time to Explain is 310, and it's fantastic. I love it to death. But yeah, this strike, even that little bit of backtracking you just saw a little bit there, it bothers me. I mean, this ship is huge. You should be able to go a bunch of fancy places, not just, use the same little area, but I mean, I guess they have to reuse the same areas. That's how they save on development and stuff like that. So I do apologize if you can hear a dog in the background. I can't control that, so that's not my dog, but whatever. If I had a dog, I wouldn't let it bark outside, but I wouldn't have a dog. So, yeah. I've actually never seen Taken in this area before, which is kind of interesting to me because I think that there's always Taken here on Nightfalls, but I don't ever remember doing a Nightfall on this strike before. And if I did, I think I remember doing one, but I don't think there was Taken. So that was new to me. But yeah, this Nightfall has grounded, match game, and small arms, which means that you need to use your primary weapon, you need to use elements that match the shields of your enemies, and you need to not ever fucking jump. The reason I chose this character out of the other three to show you the main stuff going on with it is because this is my third team. The first team was stupid as hell. The second team was kind of okay, and then this team was better. I don't know. You go on, you're looking for group website of your choosing, and you specify what kind of people you want to join, and then the people that you didn't want to join, or they don't even read what you want, are the ones that end up joining. And I mean, it's by no fault of my own. It's you were the one that sends the invites in the end, so it's inevitably your fault. But so I mean, it's whatever. It's done. They're all done for this week, and then I don't have to worry about it till next week. So I guess that's a success, right? It's a success. I did learn about a little cheap tactic with Valus Maul, and going to be exploiting that cheap tactic for this fight because it's a cheap tactic, and who doesn't love, sniping oracles from up top? But yeah, so the main problem with this fight is when it's grounded is in the later versions of this fight when everyone gets really pissed off when Valis Maul is on fire and jumping around and trying to kill you with ground pounds and slams and doing all kinds of Charizard things. Your instinct for this entire fight is to jump, is to always stay in the air. Is when reinforcements come in and there's stuff shooting you, you want to jump so bad, and you want to jump to get away from Valis Maul. But if you jump, you're gonna die almost instantaneously. There's a couple times where you can do it, and I do jump a few times, but that's because I'm a learned professional and I know when to jump and when not to jump. So yeah, I think the only times I ever died in this strike was when I was either the last Guardian standing because my team was slacking off, or I don't actually think I died from enemies. I might have died in the beginning from like a tank or something, but other than that, like, I don't know, it's silly. But so we're gonna clutch it and go ahead and keep going. But I was really hoping to get Maul's Maulers from one of these. I even saw a post on the Destiny's subreddit talking about how they figured that the Maul's Maulers were an increased drop rate because apparently they got one for every time they did it. And I'm just sitting there thinking, well, fuck you, Skippy. I really wanted the Maulers. It's the gauntlets I want from my Titan. I'd really like to get Pulse Rifle loader on them because my Titan is the slowest motherfucker on the planet. And I really don't care for the raid gauntlets on the Titan. Speaking of raid armor on the Titan, so I have a normal mode helmet from the Titan and a hard mode helmet for the Titan. And apparently the Titan helmet is really rare, and I have the hard mode version of it as well as the normal mode version of it. And the kick to the balls there is that I don't like playing on my Titan anymore. The Titan is just a boring class. I hated Sunbreaker. It was so stupid to me. So I had to play Defender because it's the only thing I like. But even Defender is kind of boring. If you're running around solo as a Defender, it's just kind of shitty. That's why I like the Hunter Night Stalker, because the Night Stalker is really, really fun. And even the Stormcaller is pretty shit to me. I didn't really care for it at all. I do like it when you build it a certain way where you have perpetual charge and like just a bunch of other stuff where you always have your abilities up, and then have like the Claws of Ahamkara or something, and you can just forever have your abilities, but you never use your super, like use the Tlaloc with it. It's pretty fun. But the Titan has kind of taken an extreme back burner. He's on a totally different stove because it's just not fun to play Titan anymore. I think that almost always stems down to the fact that the Titan armor has shitty perks on it for like the most part. Like, I don't think I've gotten raid gauntlets on my Titan that didn't have sidearm loader on them, which is kind of useless to me because no one uses sidearms, and if you do, good on you. But I really need like a pulse loader or something, which is why I'm kind of hoping to get Maul's Maulers, because I did get the Darkblade helm, which is cool, but it doesn't change with your shader. So I'm kind of hoping to get the Maul's Maulers gauntlets and hopefully get Pulse Rifle loader on them, and then, be able to use those instead of the raid gauntlets, but oh well. I just happen to remember that I do have hard mode armor in every armor slot, so I could trick the system and get a hard mode shader. I just did think of that, and I will be doing that now. I'm turning on my Xbox. But yeah, this is the day after. This is the day of. The video will go up today. I'm just recording commentary in the morning and praying that it goes out on time. So we are reaching the end of the video though, so I will stop complaining. But yeah, see, I don't understand people that play as a Warlock in a Nightfall and don't use Sunsinger. I do understand that they changed the Nightfall, which is kind of cool. If you all wipe, it doesn't send you to orbit anymore, which is kind of like, hey, new players, don't be afraid that it kicks you to orbit. Because I remember the Nightfall being a big fucking deal. If you died on a Nightfall and you wiped in a Nightfall, you were fucked. There was one time I made a mistake. We got all the way to Sepix. Kat, I, and a buddy of ours got all the way to Sepix, and I forgot we were on a Nightfall. And I could Sun Sing, and we all died when Sepix was at like half health. And we had made a joke earlier about how, we needed to try harder. So when we all wiped, I was like, nope, we're going to try it again, thinking we would spawn at the Sepix checkpoint. And then I realized a second too late, as we were being flung to orbit, that I had made a terrible, terrible error. So this should be the death of Blastoise, and then we should be good. I don't know if the commentary's off or not. I tried my best to sync it up, but then again, I'm not really good at post-commentary anymore. You'd think it'd be easier, but it's really not. Because you end up just having to watch your own video back, and you're probably delayed to some degree. So, whatever, it doesn't matter. No Time to Explain is a fantastic pulse rifle, and I recommend it to anyone that likes pulse rifles. It reminds me of like a year one pulse rifle. It almost reminds me of like a better version of the Red Death, because Red Death to me just feels like shit. So, yeah, that's the end of that. We should be getting our rewards here soon. So, I don't know if this is on time or late or whatever. I hope you like my shader. I'm very colorful, but stuff like that. Oh yeah, that emblem is like, no one ever wears it. So yeah, I think my Titan got a 308 Ghost. I think my Warlock got a 307 helmet. And then, yeah, stuff. My Hunter got fucked. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, I very much appreciated. And until the next video, it's hopefully a raid, have a great day, everyone.